Okay. Looks like we are live. I will check to see if we are in the groups pulling up here or not. So it's all the fun stuff here is making sure you actually are live when you think you are. Oop, there I'm live in one group and live in the other. Cool. All right, what we got going on here today on Geek Talk is we got the man himself, the CFOG. The man's been working for ClickFunnels for like 1,000 years. His name is Greg Dakins, or Gregory Dakins, whatever he decides to go by at the moment. And we're going to talk about some e-commerce stuff that's going to be coming to ClickFunnels in the near future. Hopefully, near future, we can put that in air quotes because we don't know quite what that means. And we're going to show off a couple other things real quick. So first off, I want to welcome Greg. So Greg, give us a little bio. Tell us what you do and how long you've been doing it.
Hey guys, Dan, thanks for having me. Super excited for this. My name is Gregory Dakins. I manage the ClickFunnels Certification program, and I build funnels all day, every day. Been working in the ClickFunnels world here for just over, actually almost 6.5 years now, which is insane to think about. But I've been involved in web design and graphic design and all that fun stuff since I was probably in the 8th grade. I think I built my first website in the 8th grade. I'm 34 now, so a little while. What do we got here?
Oh, I don't know. I think I just messed a whole bunch of stuff up on my screen here. I'm still getting used to I'm using Ecamm Live, and I'm still getting used to how this thing works. So I can take that out. Maybe I can't. Let me see what we got here. I got to look at my other screen over here, see what I'm actually seeing. Okay. This is what I was going to show you, and I'm sorry I interrupted you by clicking on some stuff. I should have been prepared ahead of time. But so I wanted to show Greg this because actually it was his friend Winter Jones is the one who gave me the idea for this. He just dropped this out the other day, and I kind of ran with it on a way to take what we put into the style guide and then to just be able to display it onto a page so you can show it to your customer a lot easier than trying to show them the style guide inside of 2.0. And then, of course, on the fly, you could be talking to them and they say, oh, well, this color here, I want this color changed. And so then you're on the back end in the style guide, you punch in the new color, have them refresh the page, and boom, they'll see the new color right here on the page. All the borders around here, all the shadows, everything, again, those are being pulled out of the style guide. So again, gives your client an opportunity to be able to see what it looks like. And I put in two different ways here that you could display the colors, either as, you just have your 8 colors that show on the screen, but then it also shows the RGBA version of it, the hex version, and whether or not there's any opacity. And it's picking all this up dynamically. So it knows the color is painted onto this, what is a flex element. It's painted onto the flex element on the background, and then the code I wrote for it just picks all that up and then displays it onto the screen.
So then you ask how you got it to pull through like opacity, for example. That must be custom code, right?
Oh, this is all custom code. There's a lot of code in here. Yeah. I'm not quite done with all of it yet. I'll show you where I haven't finished up yet. And then we have our lightest through darkest background colors right there. And then I just put in here like an accent, white, text. So these three at the bottom here are kind of, you can put anything you want in there. So if you might have, a primary color, a secondary color, whatever, you could just put those in there as well, or you don't have to put anything in there really. And then we're going to have borders, corners, and shadows. And what I'm going to do is break it out so that on the border, you're going to be able to see the border with the style and the color right here printed on the screen, as well as see it represented on the screen. And the same thing with the buttons. They all show up on here. And then we come down to the headlines. And so again, that's all dynamically populated onto the screen here. Shows you exactly what the pixels are and the rem for it as well. And the font family shows on the screen, shows you the entirety of all the symbols and letters, characters, everything. And again, all these colors here are picking up from the color palette. All along through here. And then we get down to the bottom. And again, we're displaying it again with all of the different, basically the 6 different colors you have, because you have darkest, dark, color, light, lightest, and then you have no background. So I figured, well, we better put that on there and represent that as well. and then I just put in different ways again of displaying this box with different shadows, colors, etc., and the buttons and everything else. And I thought it was going to be. I think it's turned out pretty cool. Let me just put it that way.
This is awesome, Dan.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming there's a lot of people in this group that build funnels for people, have clients that they build funnels for. Like, how many times have you been working with a client, and the first question you ask them is like, hey, do you have a style guide? Do you have branding? And a lot of times when you're working with someone who's just getting started, their answer is no. That's kind of two-sided, right? It's like, dang, that would have saved me a lot of work, but also that's something else we can charge that client for helping them put together a style guide. Can't tell you how many times I've gone like back and forth on like specific style guides through like drive folders or lately I've been trying to do it in the actual ClickFunnels 2.0 style guide, which doesn't give them the full picture of everything. Something like this makes it so easy. Like the only thing I would add to this, Dan, is having a part on here somewhere, like maybe if it's even at the bottom where you have all the colors, where it shows like the light version of their logo and the dark version of their logo with different background colors.
Okay, so different.
Usually I always show a client that, like, here's like your styling with light, and here's your styling with dark. That's like the only thing I can think of adding. Like this is far above and beyond like what I would normally show in this grid. Like it shows them all the value of what you're doing when you're helping them put together a style guide. Which they can
So like
use.
maybe down here, I could just drop an image down here of the different logos based upon the background.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing I would.
Okay. I've been thinking about images, but I was just like, well, what am I going to put? What am I going to put in there for images? But you're absolutely right. A couple of logos or something like that. That would be great in there.
That's like probably something I always spend a bunch of time on with someone that I'm starting to work with that doesn't have branding yet. Is their logo, and then for them to see it on the different like styles would be huge for them.
Yeah.
That's one thing that like they never see when I show them the style guide and CF 2.0, right? They didn't see that right on there. This is awesome. This is
Otherwise, you basically are going to have to build out the entire page for them in order to show them this. And I just thought, well, why not? Like I said, Winter gave me the idea. His was not dynamic like this. His was just all just in there. And I was just like, well, I'm going to run with this and see what I can come up with. And so it's turned out pretty cool. But I will definitely put some logos in there. Yes, people can give me $1 million and I will share it with them. That was the price point I was thinking on this was $1 million. Thank you. Remember, Greg set the price. I didn't.
Yes.
It's all Greg's fault.
Dang. So you've been busy on this one.
Yeah, I got about another day's worth of coding on this.
The fact that
it's just
dynamic is so cool.
yeah.
So you could have like 6 style guides set up in your 2.0 account before like clone this or have the first one and just go into the settings, change the style guide and everything, and just populate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you had 6 different style guides, you could just, here's this one I'm going to show to Susie, and this one's going to Bob, and this one's, going to this other client over here, and you just go in and make a couple minor changes and show it to them, and because you'd have each style guide connected to an individual page. And it can be a funnel page, it can be a standalone page, it can be wherever you can put this code on any page, and it'll work just fine. But this I just happen to build it as a funnel page. It doesn't really matter.
This is brilliant. This is such a brilliant way to use the style guide feature in ClickFunnels 2.0.
Yeah, well, like I said, I could thank Winter for this because I wouldn't have thought of this without him showing it to me and me going, oh, that is just way too cool. So, you don't have to build it out in Figma. You don't have to build it out in Canva. Yeah. You don't have to do anything like that where you have to actually go in and do the physical labor. Here it's already done for you. All you got to do is change the style guide. Awesome. And it updated automatically. So, now...
the style guide, it's like you're going to use that a lot. So it's worth the time to punch that in there.
Yeah. So I teased that we were going to talk about e-commerce stuff today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit sharing my screen. I'm going to let Greg share his, if I can figure out how to do this down here. If I can get this thing. Oh, there we go. I'm going to let Greg share his. It should be ready to go for you to share.
Let's do it.
And then let's see here. Let's make sure you're coming up on the screens. Yes, you should be.
My microphone here. It's on my other screen.
Yeah. Now, Greg said that he, right before getting on the call before this with Jim Edwards, and that's why we were late today, is because Jim had to reschedule. And so we were all on with Jim. And right before that, Greg said he figured out something fantastic. And he's going to show us that before he shows us some other fantastic stuff.
Yeah. And Dan brought up a good point. Maybe it'll get me. I don't think it'll get me in trouble if I show you guys. It's just there's a link in here somewhere you can click on and you can.
Well, you better
early preview.
Well, I see that Jason Economides is watching, so you better watch out. He's like the school marm. He's got his ruler out. He's going to smack you if you do something wrong.
Well, I know Jimmy's in this group. I'm more concerned if Jimmy's seeing and getting mad at me than
Okay.
No, it'll be fine. There's a link in here that can give us a little preview of something that is to come in 2.0 that I think is going to be really, really cool. I haven't tested anything. I don't think we can actually do anything with it. Just get a little preview. But the one thing I wanted to geek out with you guys on this call is it's related to e-com, but it's more of this product collections element in and of itself. It's something that was there on day one when ClickFunnels 2.0 came out, and I never really messed around with it until one of our live calls that we were doing recently when someone asked me about it. I was like, you know what, I think we could actually find a way to make this work and set up basically like what you would set up for a Shopify-style store inside of ClickFunnels 2.0. And I messed around with it a little bit and found a way to actually do it, got super excited, decided to post it to my YouTube channel, and it blew up over the weekend for me, and lots of people saw it and got excited, and have been able to make it work as well. So it's not just me that's been able to make this work. Other people have also been able to make it work, and it's just there. We can do it. I mean, it might not be the way that it's intended for us to do it inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, but it'll get us rocking and rolling right now, which is what a lot of us just want to do that are experimenting with ClickFunnels 2.0 right now. So
I'll
show you guys a quick
excuse me. I was going to say I'll translate for what Greg was saying. This is not the final version of what this thing is going to look like. This is a work in progress. This is pre-beta. This is maybe isn't even supposed to be released to the public yet. So this is building blocks to get to what eventually will be a Shopify style site. Because I can tell you right now, one thing that I'm almost positive that still does not exist in here is the Liquid editor. And anybody who's familiar with Shopify is written and based on a programming language known as Liquid. At least I'm pretty sure it'd be called programming language. But that is what dynamically updates all of the content on the page, is this Liquid editor. And so I'm 99% sure that is not available in ClickFunnels at this time yet. So this is just the beginning building blocks that we're looking at here.
We do have a way here to dynamically populate the products, the descriptions, the prices, and everything that pops up. It's pretty cool. I got super excited when I got it all to work. So there's kind of 3 layers to this. There's a storefront. We need to create a storefront. That's the first layer. Second layer is we need to create an order form that dynamically populates what was selected from the storefront. So like if I select product A, go to the order form, it shows product A. I select product B, go to the order form, and shows product B. And then we need a confirmation page that they get to after they complete the purchase of said product. So I started playing around with it in here, and if you're in ClickFunnels 2.0 and you go to pages, there's all these different theme pages inside of here. And so, depending on which theme you use, you get different theme pages. Like when it was first released, there was just like one theme and it had like a ton of pages. And one of them was actually called like default product page. The new themes don't seem to have that. So it's like, okay, maybe they took it away. But then I noticed whenever you create a product inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, it automatically creates a page for that product. And when I was on that first theme, it was like an order form style page. So it was like pulling through that product and it had an order form and it was pulling all the info of that product onto the order form. So then I switched to another theme and wanted to see like what page is it taking me to? And will that page still work was my question. So in here I was like, okay, like maybe I can find the page, maybe I can't. But if I create a product, that will definitely take me to that page, and then I just need to edit that page. So the first thing is setting up the storefront before we even should even get into products. Actually, I skipped that part. We need the storefront. So if you scroll through here, you'll find one eventually that'll say store, where is it? Examples.
Store template. I think you just went past it. It's up about 5.
Oh, right there. Okay, so there's one, right? If I open this, we will see, hey, this one has some products. Okay. So, how is this pulling through products, right? So, if we, where was it again? Store template page, okay? If we click on the title of it, it opens that up in the site editor, which is very similar to the funnel editor, just we get this little sidebar with like the default pages for our site. So in here, it's using one specific product or one specific element to make all this work. The rest of this is just design, but this element right here with the purple outline is what's pulling through my products that I have set to show in my online store. So this is called a product collection element. If it wasn't on here, we would just add a new element, and when we're adding elements, you'll see products over here. If you click on this, look, products. So the collection element is sort of where we're going to set the default design for each product that gets pulled through into our store. So in the settings here, you could change it so that there's so many items per row and so many items per page. So like right now it's 3 per row, maybe I want 2 per row, and I only want 4 items per page, so I'm going to get a 2 by 2. Right? So we can have more, just that's the most it will show on here before it hits the pagination at the bottom. But in the settings in here, you can make it, you can design the colors and everything and customize it. But I want to like customize what shows up in each of these little blocks. Each little block on here is going to be another product that pulls through into my store. Okay, so I would almost always use a 1 column row here. This is what I've been testing it so far, but you could maybe do 2 and have like.
Yeah, I've never understood why they have up to 6 of them in there.
Yeah. I would do, yeah, I would definitely not put a 6 column row in here.
Yeah, they'd be so small.
Here, right? Yeah, it would be tiny. But when you come in here, you'll see now it only has product and some general stuff, right? And all these other elements under product are showing up now. We don't see the collection one, but we see all the other ones. So in here we have things like image. Now I add an image onto here, it adds it to all of my blocks. And it's just going to be a placeholder image. We don't actually change anything on here. We can pull through the name, the price, the description, and the link. I would probably have one of each of these for everything. Maybe I have the price at the top here. So you'll see as I move it up to the top, it moves on all of these blocks all at once. So these are just placeholders. And these dynamically update based on the products in my account that I've set to actually show up in my online store. So in the editor here, it'll always look it's kind of basic like this, but if I save this in preview, you can see it pulls that through. Okay? So if I wanted to look even fancier, I can go into the settings of the column here and maybe turn on, or sorry, on background, maybe I just give it some shadow, maybe a little more subtle, and maybe give it some corners. Let's do let's just do 10. Okay. And then I'll also probably each of these just set that top margin to 0. That'll look best. Okay. So again, if we save this in preview, we will see it's pulling these products through. We could probably add some padding and stuff to make this look better. But
and I was going to say also with the text is fully customizable based upon in the editor. Everything can be changed just like every other element inside of ClickFunnels.
Exactly right. You can make it smaller.
And with the double curly brackets on either side there, braces, whatever you want to call them, that is part of the whole idea of the liquid, in that is then dynamically updated based upon the information that you set up on the product.
Exactly. So each little block here is going to pull through the image from a product that I've created. It's going to pull through the price from a product that I've created, the name from a product that I've created, and then the view details is going to take them to the order form for said product. So, and the rest of this is basically just design. We won't make this look like the prettiest page ever right now. But then we get into the product set that I was talking about earlier. So if we go into a product inside of ClickFunnels 2.0, there's a setting in here. Like here I have a product called Level 1 Membership. Okay. If I go into the settings here, see it's not currently set to show up in my online store. So this product wasn't there when we were looking at it earlier. But all I have to do is check this on, and now it's going to pull through the name, the description, so the price that I've set here, I have it set at $1, and the image that I've set here as well. Change that to any image I want. But just by checking this box and hitting update, it's now going to add it to that product's collection that I set up. So actually, let's do this. Let's open another tab here. Let's go back to Site and Pages, and then Theme Pages, and then we'll find that store. The other thing you can do here with this page, see I changed mine to /store. You just go to the settings here, you can actually go into the SEO settings, and you can change that menu path to anything you want, which I found kind of helpful. But in here, or I guess we could have previewed it from right there. Let's keep this open in a tab for us. If we preview this, we should now see. Oh, it went to page 2. Go to page 2. Hey, there's that product that I just set to show up inside here. And so if I click View Details here, it's going to take me to an order form for this specific product. And look, I already had this set up in my account, but I can purchase just this product from this order form. What's happening for a lot of people, though, is they'll go here, or if they're in their products, you can also see the URL of order form for that product at the bottom. They're just copying it or highlighting it and going to that URL. And for a lot of people, it's showing like page not found, or it's showing this page doesn't exist yet. And they think it's like an error or a bug. But what it actually is that page has just been set up in the theme to look like the page not found page. Actually, for some, so I have another account that I set this up on my other account. It's actually using the page not found page, but we can go into the settings of that page not found page, and we can make it look however we want. But I think the easiest way that's going to be universal for everyone to be able to find this page is just go to that URL of your product, see what it looks like, then go back into Sites, Pages, Theme Pages, and just look at the little previews. Right? Go to Theme Pages, look at the little previews that show up for you. Find the page that looks like the page that's opening up for you. If it just says page not found, I guarantee you there's a theme page in here somewhere, and all it says is page not found. All you do is open up that page and then edit it. So for mine, it was, I think it's, no, not that one.
Well, I would think that should be like a 404 page. And Greg, I'll just let you know, everybody's saying there's an echo, and I have tried, I think, everything I possibly can on my end to get rid of that echo. So I apologize to everybody. But we're just going to keep going, and maybe I can clean up the audio on the YouTube version or something at least. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. So we'll just keep going for now.
Yeah, so here's mine actually. I changed the name on mine to example product template page. So in the settings of these pages, you can also change the name of it. So I changed mine to example product template page. I think originally it was called like example page not found page. So I actually changed the name. That's something I didn't cover in great detail in my YouTube video that I released. But look, if I click on this, it opens up that page. Okay, so just like on the storefront page, we have that product thing. So I'm just using the product name element here, price, product description, same as we did on the storefront page. So if I just add an element on here and go to products, we pull that through. This over here, this is my product image. Over here is the product name, product description, product price. I just have all of that on here. And then we just need to add an order form onto it. So I added the checkout element onto here. And I wasn't even sure if it was going to work. I was like, okay, like maybe it'll pull through the product image and price and everything, but will it actually have the product on there? And will it actually like submit and let me purchase it? So my first test was just like, let's see if this even submits using like a fake credit card. And it submitted and it just said decline, but I saw it actually like rotate and submit page. I was like, okay, let's try with a real credit card. So I put my own credit card in there and charged myself $1 and it went through. I was like, okay, but what happened is it went through and then it took me to my customer center login page, because the way the checkout element works is it's meant for a funnel, right? It processes an order and then it takes us to the next step in the funnel. In this case, I don't have a next step in my funnel because it's just a theme page. So what I ended up doing was take me to my customer center for some reason. Well, that doesn't quite help my third layer to this, which is the order confirmation page. It's like, okay, well, maybe we can just use sort of like a generalized thank you page that lets them know, like, depending on what it is I'm selling, it lets them know, like, all your instructions are on their way to your email, check all your folders in your email, and all the info will be there. Just like a basic, thank you email, and the receipt gets emailed automatically now. ClickFunnels 2.0, I don't have to worry about that so much. The order confirmation element that like would show the total and everything, that doesn't work on the way that I've set this up yet. But I think this can still work for a lot of people. So what I ended up doing was coming in, I was like, okay, I know on the order form we have all of these different settings, right? And there's one in here in the checkout element for the button. If we scroll down, there is the checkout step button. So if we click on this, there's different states. So there's the submit button and the save submit button. So the submit button is going to be if it's someone's first time landing on this order form.
What about the redirect override there?
Exactly, that's what I did.
Okay, all right.
So I came in, I turned this on, I created just a general standalone order confirmation page, like thank you page, set this to redirect, and now when this submits, instead of it sending them to my customer center, it's going to send them to this URL, which is just a general thank you page that has my account. So all you do is go to submit here, enable redirect, put the URL, the just general thank you page that you create, and then do save submit as well. You'll probably use the same page unless for some reason you want it to be different, but save submit, that's a returning customer. Their credit card and everything's already logged, it remembers them, it's going to show them a slightly different version of the order form that you designed. We could technically send them to a different confirmation page if we wanted to, if that made sense for the flow of what you're doing, but I just put the same one, and then we're good to go, right? We have products that show up dynamically on the store, depending on which product they select. We have an order form that shows that specific product they've selected with a description of that product, the price for that product, they purchase, they get taken to a confirmation, and then in the back end, I can set up all the confirmation emails and all that to go out whenever someone completes that purchase. So it's probably not how it's intended to be configured, right? Using redirects on the save button, in some cases, setting up the order form on a page not found page, but it works. And for some people that want to do it now, that's all that really matters, right? If you have a customer that wants it now and they want to tap it now, all that really matters is that it works. So I got super excited, put together a much better explanation in a YouTube video and posted that over the weekend. But I've been geeking out on this. The other thing that I figured out as well is, it doesn't only that products collection element doesn't only work on the theme page, I can do it right in my funnel. Like any of these site pages, it seems to work on. I tried it in a funnel. I'm thinking, like,
that's my question is, can
offer
you,
wall at the end of the funnel, right?
well, what my question is so like on a blog post or on a standalone page or something like that, can you put that in there? Can you put an order form on those pages? And my question is because the way you have to set up the products within the funnel, I don't think an order form would work on like a blog page or something, would it?
I wouldn't create the order form there. You can actually, the order form can only be on that page that pops up from the product URL, right?
Okay, so on the product page and also on the...
It has to be that one specific theme page. So, go into, create your first product, find that URL, visit it, see what it looks like, and then go to the theme pages and find that page that popped up. That's the only way the order form has to be on that page. But the product collection, here's a funnel hub that I have. We can add it right onto my funnel hub. Like, I don't even have to build a store necessarily. I just want a page in my funnel hub to have that product collection. It'll pull through as well. So like, let's add a one column row here, add the product collection. We'll just do a quick one here. We'll do, one column row. We'll do, one column row. We'll do the product image, price, name, description, link. Okay, we won't change the colors and all that, but just by throwing that on there and hitting preview, that same storefront that I built, it's now on the main page of my funnel hub, and I can click on any of these links, and it'll take me right to the order form for that specific product. So, what I'm even more excited about, Dan, is once we can use this in a funnel. I tested it on an order confirmation on a funnel. It didn't work, but imagine, offer wall, instead of building out all the pieces of an offer wall and sending them to all these different funnels or different order forms, we just throw the product collection on our order confirmation. Hey, check out these other things I have to offer. It just automatically pulls them all through for us. That's what I'm super excited about. It does let you add the element in a funnel, but it doesn't populate anything in a funnel. It's only in the site pages that the products collection element works right now.
Well, I gotta unmute myself here. So the on the product page here itself too, because you don't want to necessarily just drop somebody onto an order form page. So you got like three things on your offer wall, and you link to this page. Well, you can turn this page into a sales page. You can put a video at the top of it. You could put a bunch of text on here. Right. Yeah. So
it's just a page, but you can use those placeholders that are going to update dynamically based on which product is selected. So, I mean, this image might not be the best example. Like funnel, that's a digital product. I'd probably use this more for physical products, creating stores, things like that.
Well, and I was going to say, even in that case there, you could probably swap that image out for a video in that case.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or just maybe you can't take that image out and have it still work right, but you could hide it for sure. You could hide the image and just drop a video in above it and have the video
absolutely.
show.
Yeah. So that's what I've been geeking out lately. Geeking out on lately is this products collection. I think this is going to be a game changer once this is fully released. So we can't even build a physical product in 2.0 right now, but in my video on YouTube, what I did is I used a digital product, set the taxes. The taxes actually work properly, calculated the right tax for where I live. And then we would just have the one layer that we don't have for physical products right now would be shipping, which we could do the price display override the way we do it in 2.0, where it's just like the price description, include like a flat shipping fee in that, and then just zap your purchase through Zapier to like ShipStation or wherever you're managing all your physical product shipping from. So I think there's some cool workarounds for right now to impress your clients with if they've tried to do it already, 2.0 especially.
Yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done with 2.0. A lot of things still coming, and we'll all get to experience here over the next couple of years. So. Unless you got something else, Greg, I think that is it. Hopefully, the audio wasn't too horrible, even though I think it probably was, because everybody's saying you were echoing. So we'll see if we'll see if anybody's gets this far. It means the audio wasn't too bad, apparently, or they could just or they're just reading the closed captioning on the screen. We'll see. If not, I definitely.
Sound okay on your end, though?
You sound perfect on my end. That's why I'm having a problem with it, and I changed every setting I could think of changing. So I got to figure out what's wrong, or I got to stop using Ecamm Live apparently, because this is a problem. But on that, we are going to stop this live right now, and just want to say thank you again to Greg for being here.
Anytime.
I will see you all next week. Either going to be Danny Walsh or the guys from the ClickFunnels affiliate team talking about First Promoter. So I'll see you all next week.